Twin powers, activate!
Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
Would she go down on you in a theater?
Scrumtrelescent.
And just like the movies,
Acting!
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Bud Light's Camera Action, where this week we're doing Us.
Hi, I'm Clone.
Oh, that's Abraham.
Yeah.
So, this movie was Jordan Peele's second film.
Does this take place in the same universe, though?
Yeah, it actually does.
So there were clones of the people in Get Out.
Possibly. He said that it's like a connected universe where things are happening together, but he doesn't want to make them interconnected.
Got it.
So this movie was on I think it was number 3 for my most anticipated of this year.
I wasn't anticipating it.
No. But I liked this movie a lot. It was a bit of a letdown from what people are saying about it, and it was not as good as Get Out. Nowhere near as good as
It wasn't as good as Get Out, and I thought the trailers were creepier than the actual movie.
I don't know. I think, well, yeah, the trailers were sick, but
Yeah.
this movie was so, the entire time I felt like I was on the edge of my seat because it just made you feel uncomfortable with the noises and everything.
Yeah, and the way that are they clones? What are they?
Yeah, so they are clones. We'll get into that at the end.
I'm like a stupid. I didn't really I didn't really get it.
So basically what happens is this movie starts in 1986 where a young girl gets lost and is in a hall of mirrors on the Santa Cruz boardwalk.
Yeah.
And she sees herself, a clone of herself, somebody who looks exactly like her.
And she runs out.
She runs out and she goes through PTSD where she's not talking anymore. And there's problems with her parents, and it goes to present day, where there's a family driving, and it's Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, and their 2 kids.
Yeah.
They're going. What I don't understand is if this woman had PTSD. She's horrified of going to Santa Cruz.
Why does she go every summer?
I know. Why do they have a summer house
Also,
there?
Is this the first time that she started acting weird when they went, or was she always weird whenever they went? Because it seemed like they go all the time.
There's pictures there.
Yeah.
And they said that it was the first time that they've gone since the grandma died.
Yeah.
But that means that they must have been there beforehand.
All the time. So what she kept going?
The little kid said that he left something there from the last summer, his trick.
Right, yeah.
So they do go a lot.
But it seemed like she was I don't really want to go.
Well,
does she do that every year?
I don't know, man. You know what? She probably doesn't start acting weird because she said at one point that all the weird coincidences that had been going on.
Yeah.
That was what was making her very anxious.
Okay.
So I guess she does act normal, but she felt like something or someone, meaning the other girl, was coming.
Yeah.
And that's why she was getting so crazy.
I wonder how she knew. Well, I mean, there were some crazy coincidences like that Frisbee.
The Frisbee, the 11:11 on the clock. And did you hear right before it, too? The score of the baseball game was 11:11.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh.
When he was catching up on the highlights.
Okay.
Cool. But let's go back a little bit. So they go to their summer house and they go to the beach where she, had the PTSD, and they meet up with their friends. That's where they start seeing some weird stuff happening.
Well, she does. I feel like her husband's completely oblivious to.
Yeah, he was supposed
really
to be
funny.
A stupid dad.
Yeah,
and he was funny.
There was funny. There are very funny parts in this movie.
No, this movie was honestly way funnier than I thought it was gonna. I thought it was gonna be creepy the entire time.
Jordan Peele is funny.
Yeah, Jordan Peele is hilarious, but Winston Duke was awesome.
Yeah,
he played such a goofy dad.
Yeah, he nailed it.
Yeah, and then when he plays Abraham, he's terrifying.
Yeah, that was him, huh?
Yeah, they're all them. They're all
Yeah.
2 parts.
That's crazy. I thought they all did such a great job doing it.
Lupita Nyong'o.
I mean, she is
holy shit,
an amazing actress.
I know, but like her mother, Addie, that main character was really well acted. But then when she did Red was the clone's name.
That's what the clone's name was?
Yeah, Red. Dude, that was fucking crazy. Like the speaking and like how creepy she walked and
The
everything.
speaking was creepy.
Yeah.
Like her voice was super creepy in that.
That was supposed to be it. There's like a disease, I guess, that affects you like that. But she mimicked her talking off of like JFK or something, or not
What?
JFK. No, I'm sorry,
What?
not JFK
John
Jr.
John Laurinaitis?
Yeah.
People's power.
No, it was either like Robert Kennedy or like JFK Jr. something like that.
I don't know. We're going to have to pull up the clips.
Yeah, we'll splice it in right here.
Yeah.
No, we won't.
Post-production.
But so she's got like a bunch of crazy coincidences going on. They go back to the house and basically she's telling her husband like we need to leave.
Well, the son goes missing.
The son goes missing. Yeah, he goes.
Well,
to
he
the
just goes to the
bathroom.
bathroom.
Yeah,
and she
but
freaks
she doesn't
out.
know where he is, and they leave the beach.
Yeah.
that she didn't want to go to in the first place. But they go home. She's saying goodnight to the kids, and she tells her husband like it's time to leave. Like, we need to go. I don't want to be here anymore. And she tells her the story about how. Basically, when she was a little girl, she saw a clone of herself. And she feels like she's coming. And right as that happens, the lights cut out.
Yeah, and it was good timing. Oh, another detail. I don't know if you caught this, but the guy that she sees or she saw when she went into
Jeremiah
11:11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
he was
later on, he's got 11:11 cut into his forehead.
Yeah, and then that was the dead guy that they drove past.
Yes. And that's the guy who the son saw with the bloody hand standing with out on the beach. I guess he was probably the first one.
He was the first one to die.
Oh, I didn't realize that that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he had like the blood dripping from his...
Yes, but he was standing there with his arms out like to try to get the hands,
Yeah.
which... Yeah.
Hands across America.
So the family goes and they see it's from the trailer. They see the other family standing out in the
That was creepy.
really
That was
really
super
fucking
creepy. Yeah.
And they go out. They see the family standing in the driveway. Winston Duke goes out and he's trying to be. He's just himself, where he's very nice and he's like, I think you guys need to get off of my property. Like, I've called the police. They're on their way.
Yeah.
He comes back inside and he's like, oh, God, like, that didn't work at all. And his wife tells him that the police are 14 minutes away. And he decides to get a bat and he goes back out and he starts, like, yelling at them with the
deep voice. Yeah.
Holy shit. My theater was laughing pretty hard when that was going
Really?
on. Yeah.
Well, I saw it this morning and it was a pretty empty theater. And
Really?
And I was by myself. So...
Oh.
Creepy.
Yeah. You were creepy.
Yeah, I was super creepy.
Yeah.
I had my hood up.
Oh, God.
There were a lot of old people in there.
Were there really?
Oh, shit ton of old people, yeah.
In your theater? Or
yeah,
in
I went at 10 a.m., dude. Who else goes to the movies at 10 a.m. other than me and old people?
No, I mean, that's true, but I can't believe that they're seeing this movie.
Yeah, dude. Old people like horror movies.
That's true. I guess. Probably not.
Maybe not The Visit. They don't like that
Oh,
one.
God, that movie sucks.
Can you please get inside the oven to clean it?
Go a bit deeper. So the family in the driveway kind of breaks off. You still don't know that they're clones or what they look like or anything because they're off in the shadows. They break off.
One of them's in all fours, looking like
the little,
Beast.
like, oh my God, yeah, he's like a little animal.
Yeah, looking like James McAvoy in Split.
Oh yeah,
the Beast.
Oh, I thought you meant the Beast, like
Beauty
Kelsey
and the Beast?
Grammer.
Oh.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
three different beasts.
3 beasts.
Here comes the Beast. So the family eventually like breaks their way into the house, and they get the normal family down onto the couch, and that's when they realize like, holy shit, the family that's terrorizing us is us.
Right,
It's
yeah.
us.
So they're all like kind of crying, but Winston Duke is like still kind of like
He's still like comedic at that point.
like what? Yeah, he's still like being funny.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
I seriously, like, he does not take into account that there's
They-
like himself standing across from him.
They were pretty casual about like everything that went down
Yeah,
at
I
some
guess.
parts.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Some parts they were like crying, and then other parts they were like, oh, like this is like what's happening.
Right.
People are just dying, and like
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't know I don't know how I would react in a situation like that. Maybe I don't like.
But he was like, I get, like, you know, he was probably nervous and he was breaking the tension and he's
Yeah.
trying to save his family. But he was asking him, like, do you want the keys to my car? Like,
Yeah.
you can take me to the ATM and I'll take out money. Like,
It's like I don't think they want any of that,
like,
dude.
yeah,
Like,
if a clone is breaking into your house, I do not think that they want your car
Yeah.
or, like, cash.
he's like, hey kid,
yeah.
stop all the downloading. I want your computers.
Give me all of your computers.
All your electronics given to me now. Yeah, I don't know.
No, it just
If you were a clone, what would you want
probably
from your clone?
the other person's life, like these people want.
Huh, interesting.
I mean, that makes sense. Like, they were clones, and you find out that they lived in, like, really, really shitty conditions.
Yeah, District 13.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And, oh, wait. We got to go back to a part from the very, very beginning. The title screen.
The title screen, all those rabbits.
No. Even further than that. The first thing that you see is just a black screen, and it pops up, like, there's millions of miles of, like, tunnels
underground.
underneath the United States. And most of them are unused, and most of them are, abandoned. But they're there.
useless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Is that
does
true?
have to-
He didn't cite it.
Well, so that's actually the underneath the Santa Cruz boardwalk. There is one.
There's a tunnel.
It's used as like storage.
Storage.
Well,
Storage.
It's used as storage and what did I read? Storage and shelter if there was like a bad storm or something.
Interesting.
So there is actually an
like
underground,
right next to the beach, there's
like
underground.
Underneath.
Wouldn't water like seep in somehow?
I don't know. It's like underneath the boardwalk in Santa Cruz or something like that.
Huh. Should we take a trip?
Yes,
To Santa
and
Cruz?
film an episode in the underground.
No, in the what was it? Not the Tunnel of Love.
Well, there were two. It was originally
Vision Quest.
Vision Quest, and then it
Yeah.
was like Merlin's Forest. Yeah.
Merlin's Forest.
Where were we?
They break in and they're like,
Oh yeah, they're telling
sitting.
him, like,
They're telling them what's going on. Well, Lupita Nyong'o's clone is the one that's talking super
yes.
creepily.
Yeah.
Seems like the rest of them can't talk.
Yeah, and she's kind of explaining, we want or she tells like a fairy tale.
Oh yeah.
Super creepy fairy
upon a
tale.
time.
Yeah, where basically she says that everything that happened to these four people happened to the people underground.
The shadows.
The shadows.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty fucked up, like...
So, how did that happen? Like,
What do you
how
mean?
did the same thing, everything that happened to them,
Well,
did that happen to the
So
to
it's
the clones?
explained later on that the...
Man, I didn't follow. Like, I didn't know any
So
of this.
she says humans, meaning like the government.
Okay.
The government created all of these people underground so that they could control people above ground, and it ended up not working. So they'd abandoned it.
Oh, so they want.
They made all these clones so that
they-
they could control them, the normal people on
So
Earth.
the clones, they were gonna do things with the clones underground, and the same thing would happen to was
Yes.
supposed to happen to the people
Yes.
above ground,
And it didn't work.
and it didn't work. So they just left
Yep.
all these people
and
underground.
they left all the rabbits, and that's like what they fed on, and
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah,
creepy.
I know.
That's even creepier now.
so that's why like the dancing scene when
Yeah.
they're dancing, what's going on above is the same thing that's going on below, and like they
How did they know?
I guess they were tethered. Remember? They're tethered together somehow. So everything that's going on, and that was like the fucked up part where, she's saying, like above ground, you grew up and you met a man and you fell in love, and she was like, down below I met a man, and regardless of if I loved him or not, he would he forced himself on me.
Yeah.
And then you had a child, and I had a child who was like pure evil.
Yeah.
And then you had another child, and you had a C-section, but I had another child, and I had to do it all on my own. So
because no hospital. Yeah.
Right. So everything that was going on above ground was going on below ground, but they had like the shittier version of it.
Yeah. Whoa.
Which makes a lot of sense for why they would want to get back and take their lives.
Yeah, true.
They would want the better version of their life.
Mm-hmm. So
they all kind of partner off.
Yeah.
Where it's like the dad clone goes after the dad.
Right.
The girl goes after the girl. The son goes with the son.
The son. That was a creepy mask.
Oh,
too,
dude,
by the way.
So creepy.
Yeah.
Just like the bag over his head, basically.
Right. I'm gonna get a mask like that.
Please don't.
And I'm gonna be on all fours. I'm gonna be crawling about your backyard.
Don't.
Yeah.
I'll shoot you. Did you the son, the normal son's voice, or the normal son's mask?
Yeah.
Was M'Baku from Black Panther.
It was?
It's Winston Duke's character.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that was like the whole thing with it.
Oh, that's a cool shout.
I know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, because Winston Duke and Lupita Nyong'o are both in Black Panther.
In Black Panther, yeah.
They kept that going.
They should have just did the entire cast of Black Panther in this movie.
That would have been pretty cool.
In Wakanda.
Black Manta was her dad. Remember when he?
That was?
Yeah, I have no idea what his name is, but yeah, that was Black Manta from Aquaman.
Huh.
Yeah.
And was his friend, Winston Duke's friend, was that the dude that was in the Absolute commercials with Zach Galifianakis?
Yes.
I knew it. I knew from his walk when he was making the drink. When he was pouring himself the drink, I was like, I've seen that pour before.
It's
and it was in an Absolute commercial.
Oh god,
Absolute
what
on
was
Ice.
his name?
Tim Heidecker or something?
Tim Heidecker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they had like some Tim and Eric's awesome whatever.
Okay, he is the guy from Tim and Eric.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah. So, so they all end up getting attacked by their clones, and it basically comes down to the fact that the little boy is able to trick the stupid little clone. Yeah. Like the little animal clone.
Well, Winston Duke's character goes on his boat.
Yeah, he's pulled onto his boat.
He's like in love with the boat.
Yeah. The little boy
does the trick.
Traps him in the closet, and then the mom clone goes to check on him, and that's when Lupita Nyong'o is able to get the handcuffs off of the table that she's handcuffed to. And
then they escape.
Yeah, they escape. The
girl's already
back.
already ran away.
She runs away, but she comes back.
Yeah. And
then Winston Duke kills his clone by knocking him into the motor of the boat.
Yeah, that was fucking gruesome.
Yeah, that was. He falls into a motor.
Yeah.
That was bad.
So that's death number 1.
Yeah. No, I mean other people have died.
Yeah.
But yes, pretty much.
Interesting. Okay, so
now they have to go
to
Tim Heidecker's
Yeah, now
house.
they go to Tim's house. Tim and Eric's house.
Holy shit. So this part was fucked up.
This was crazy.
They go to, it cuts to...
And it's Elizabeth Moss.
Yes.
Too.
It's, Tim Heidecker and Elizabeth Moss.
Are married. And they have... Were those girls twins?
They're twins.
They're twins?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they, basically, like, the power shuts off there.
But they have a backup generator.
Right. So the power shuts off real quick, and then the generator kicks on, so it's really like nothing happened. But Elizabeth Moss comes out, and she's like, something happened. I think there was somebody outside.
How are they cutting the power?
I don't know.
Everyone's are they doing? Yeah, it must be doing it.
All right, so but at this point, did you think that it was the first family?
Oh, coming back?
No, now going to
their
their
house?
house because they knew that they
would
were
go
going to go there. What did you think was going on with that?
No, I kind of figured that everyone had a clone.
Really?
Because in the trailer, you see all these like dead bodies, so you're like, okay, this one family didn't just kill all the people in Santa Cruz.
But I didn't know what was going.
But I didn't know why they were doing like. Obviously, I didn't understand what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. So the reason that I asked you that was because there's a crazy fucking. This was maybe the most shocking moment of the movie when they're kind of all arguing. The girls, like the two twins, come out of their rooms and they're like, we weren't asleep.
Yeah,
whatever.
we don't want to go back to our rooms.
But he's like, listen, we got to be out of here at 10 a.m. sharp. And then all of a sudden, from like behind them, another clone
of the
twins pops out and stabs her in the fucking neck.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, what happened? And then a second clone pops out and stabs the other twin. And you're like, what the fuck? And then the two married couple, they come out and they get fucking stabbed.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was
Throat
like...
slit. That was pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time. But like, I saw that and I was like, oh my God. Like, I was not expecting everybody to have a clone.
And then, because then you're basically just doubling the population of the world. Does everyone in the world have a clone? Or is it just in Santa Cruz?
Honestly, I don't know. Because their end goal was the Hands Across America.
Yeah.
But would they be able to do that with just Santa Cruz?
No.
Also, how the fuck would they get all the way... I think it had to have been like everyone had a clone.
Everybody had a clone. That's crazy. Well, I guess that's why he put in the title page that they're
about
like
the underground stuff.
like all over.
It had to have been.
So I think it was just the U.S. though. It wasn't the rest of the world.
I'm pretty sure it was just the
U.S.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why they wanted to go to Mexico.
Yeah, I think that was just a lucky coincidence that they wanted to go to Mexico.
Yeah, it's real interesting. They did that in Walking Dead too. They're like, let's go to Mexico.
Yeah,
you think?
I know why is Mexico like?
and Day After Tomorrow, Mexico was like
that's true.
Was the safe haven.
Why is Mexico is not?
What's going on?
Getting hit by zombies?
Let us know if you've been to Mexico. Let us know what's going on.
I was in Mexico. Oh, I didn't see any zombies or any clones.
Did you?
That I know of.
Did you find the Fountain of Youth? Maybe that's what's
that
going
Mexico?
on. Well,
Ponce de Leon.
No, I think it's supposed to be the Dominican Republic.
Oh, well.
So
tomato.
It's You can't get there. You have to get a boat to get there.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Well, there goes that plan. But all right, so then the our main cat family, they go to their friend's house because they need help. They have no idea that everyone has clones.
Yeah, they
don't
just
know
thought it was just them. Because at this point, Lupita Nyong'o thinks that this is all her, like...
Right,
because of her.
Right.
She doesn't realize that it's, like, a whole widespread thing.
Right. Yeah, good. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, they run over there, and they get met by the clones.
Yeah.
Who... Tim Heidecker's clone, I guess the clones must take on a little bit of the person's personality.
Because he was like...
The clone was like a dickhead.
Yeah, he was.
Like a lot of he was like,
and he was
showing
like,
off and...
not knowing what to do. Like, kind of like a bumbling... I mean, they were all kind of idiots. But,
yeah, but he was like cocky. He was like a cocky clone and stuff. And
interesting.
That was really funny.
They do, yeah. He also took a fire poker to the fucking skull and didn't die. No. So at that point, I was like, "Oh, are these this is like, are they superhuman? Like you can't kill them?"
No, because they die pretty easy.
Yeah, they're regular humans.
Yeah, well,
but like, also, how did he take that to the skull?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
And then you don't really see how Winston Duke takes care of him on the boat. I mean, you see him with the flare gun.
Yeah,
like
he shoots him with the flare gun. Nothing happens. I guess he wrestles him
and then what does he just set him on fire?
Wait, did he kill him?
Yeah, he did.
Because
remember when they were saying
they were doing their kill count?
Their kill count?
Everyone was 2?
Everyone was 1, and he had 2. He killed himself.
Oh, he had the highest one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was asking about too. When they go over their kill count, which was pretty funny.
That was very Lord of the Rings-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
It only counts as 1.
So they go into the house. Lupita Nyong'o gets taken.
By
the family.
Elizabeth Moss. Because they take care of the twins pretty easily.
Yeah, the
like one
daughter kills. No, but that one didn't die immediately.
Because she fell off the first floor.
But they kill the 2 twin clones.
Well, the little girl does. The little girl. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
the little girl kills them.
And then they find their mom tied up, and they end up getting into a struggle, and they kill the Elizabeth Moss clone.
Did the little kid kill her?
Oh yeah, he hit her with like that huge.
that huge thing.
Sculpture, that heavy thing. He hit
her
on the back of the head.
So she was dead.
Yeah, she died. She died. And because that was his one kill.
Yeah.
To that point.
Got it. Okay.
So they decide that they need to leave and go to Mexico from there.
Yeah. Well, first they're sitting in the living room and like.
There was so much glass around.
There was so much glass. They were just sitting there like normally while there were like a bunch of dead people around. Mm-hmm. That's what I was like. Man, I'd be like kind of freaking out. Like my friends just died.
Right. They're 2. I guess his 2 best friends.
Yeah.
Are dead, and then their kids are upstairs dead.
Yeah.
And then there's clones of them.
Also
dead.
Yeah. Also
I'd be
very
freaking
dead.
out a
I'd be
little
like,
bit.
Yeah, let me turn on the news.
Well, that they do.
Yeah.
Also, wait, before we do that, go to that. Did you see the little kid? He was eating Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
By hand. That was like a callback to Get Out.
They eat Fruit Loops by hand in that movie?
What's her name? Who's the newscaster's daughter?
Oh, Allison Williams?
Yeah, Allison Williams does. And it was like, it's early on in the movie, and it's supposed to suggest that she's in on all of like the racism stuff because she's eating Fruit Loops that are colored without milk. Like the milk she's drinking separately.
Where did you... What?
I'm telling you, Jordan Peele...
said it?
Yes. She's drinking milk, but she's not putting it into the Fruit Loops. It was supposed to suggest, like, segregation.
Racism? Oh.
Yeah.
So what's this kid eating?
Nothing.
Fruit Loops?
It was just a throwback because he was eating it without milk.
Oh, so he was supposed to get people talking.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's in, it's
little
Jordan Peele.
Little kid's racist, that's what you're saying.
I don't think so. I like that little kid.
Yeah, he was a cool kid.
So yeah, they
the kid actors were good as shit too.
Yeah, they were really good.
Yeah.
They turn on the news and they find out that like this is widespread.
Right. Well, Santa Cruz. At least. They only show Santa Cruz.
Right, but there's other clones. It's not, it's not just them. It's not just their family.
And then you see them starting to do the hands across America.
Yeah, they're kind of just like standing there with holding hands and
fucked up performance art.
Yeah, some kind of fucked up performance art. But they decide at that point, like, we need to go to Mexico. Like, we got to get in the car, go to Mexico, and we'll get out of here. And that's
the underground Mexicans are
they're friendly.
Yeah, they're friendly.
But that's when you kind of see Lupita Nyong'o take control.
Yeah.
She tells her husband, you're no longer making the decisions. She, like, snaps at him. Yells at him, you're no longer making the decisions. And it was like, whoa, this is not the scared woman that we saw in the beginning of the movie. Like, what's going on here?
Character growth.
Yeah, or something else.
Or...
or maybe something different.
Or
foreshadowing.
Or, you smell that? Is that a Shyamalan coming?
Oh, we need to stop calling all twists Shyamalans because that's bad. He sucks. So yeah, they get into the car as the little girl decides that she's gonna drive.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. They said the reason behind it was that the father's knee was messed up from getting hit with the bat.
And then the mom was handcuffed.
But she wasn't handcuffed. She was shackled. Like,
yeah,
she had a lot of room.
like she had a lot. She could go 12. She could go.
Oh, she had full range of
She could
motion.
go 10 too.
And she also drives later on.
I think she broke. Oh no, she didn't. Yeah, she drove.
I don't think she broke the.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
She drove. She ends up driving after this scene.
Right.
Maybe
Like,
they just
shortly after the scene.
Maybe they just wanted to
have the little girl.
Have the little girl.
Because every kid or every person in the family ends up killing their counterpart.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably why.
Ooh, plot device.
So
she tries to run this girl, her clone, over.
And the clone is like a freak athlete.
Yeah.
Like jumping on top of the car, not falling off.
Yeah.
But then she does the same, like her idea is the same thing twice. Like she slams on the brakes and it doesn't work.
The clones keep stabbing. So can scissors cut through a windshield like that?
I mean, they were pretty serious scissors.
Like what do you think those scissors were made out of? Bronze?
Maybe.
Platinum?
I don't know. But
where
where
do we get a pair of these scissors?
I think that girl was like a freak athlete though.
Oh, so she just was so strong that she could.
I think she
poke
was
through it.
I think she was because they all kind of had like different. I mean, I guess the dad didn't really have anything special about him, but
he was strong.
Yeah, he was strong, but the little kid, like loved fire.
Yeah.
The daughter was like a really good athlete because the actual daughter was a track and field athlete. Yeah, I guess the dad was really strong.
Yeah,
but he was also
Winston
kind of
Duke is a big dude.
Yeah, but he was also kind of like a doofus.
You're right.
You know, like, and then the mom, I guess, I don't know. She was kind of just like the matriarch of the family. Like she was like the one that was in control of shit.
Yeah. Well, Shyamalan.
Yeah, but so she ends up like she slams on the brakes, doesn't work. She then does it again, and for some reason it works this time. And
yeah,
the little
she went
girl
flying.
Yeah, goes fucking flying.
She must have gone like 100 feet.
Yeah, and like breaks her fucking back on a tree.
That was crazy. I mean, it was a little dark, like I couldn't really tell. But then, like, I saw her leg, like, on the other side, and
like,
I was like...
It was like a rounder.
I was like, oh, she got fucked up.
Dude, that was pretty creepy, though, when she was, like, giggling. Like, she was still, like, swiping the scissors.
Yeah.
And she was, like, giggling about, like, even though she was clearly dying. Like, that was fucking weird.
It was very Joker-esque.
Yeah.
I was, like, thought it the entire time. I was like, this is very... Do you think this girl is the Joker? My column.
Is this a part of the DC
EU?
My column.
Because, yeah, it could be.
It's a 3-word column. It is not. So, we go to, the mom is now driving again. So, like, she literally drove for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, you killed somebody.
Well, they couldn't promote, like, also that they couldn't have that little girl, like, actually driving the rest of the time.
Probably not.
Because how old was she? Probably like 12.
She had to, I know.
12?
That was what I didn't understand. In the beginning of the movie, when she was like asking, can I drive up here? I was like,
she had to have been like 12 years old.
Yeah, I was like, you're not like a 16-year-old where it's close, where like you need to actually practice driving or something. Like, she's probably like 13.
She was a few years off.
Yeah. I don't understand why she would be allowed to drive.
Did you ever ask to drive before, like,
no,
you were
I don't
16?
think I was interested.
You just didn't care. Like, well, you had the Roadmaster, so.
Exactly. With a bike like that, who would want to drive a car? So then they come across this part. I kind of like, this was a stretch.
Yeah, I mean, this the whole like last act was kind of like, all right, you're putting these situations together to get to the end,
right? But how the fuck did they know where the family was gonna go to bring their car to that road?
Yeah,
and then light it on fire.
Of all roads, how did they know they were going that way? And why would they go
back to the beach?
Like.
Yeah,
they
why did
saw
they go back to the beach?
They saw the news report like, "Hey, Santa Cruz fucked up. Like, maybe don't go there."
I mean, they did say
unless she was driving there on purpose to find her.
I don't think so, because I still think the plan at that point was to leave, to go to Mexico.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I can think of with that was that they do mention, they were like, these people know our every move. Mm-hmm. Like that. No, they didn't go to the other. But they were like, these people know our every move. They're thinking the same exact way that we are. Like, we have to think differently. That's why we need to go to Mexico.
Yeah.
Like, could they have known every move to the exact road and the route that they would take? I guess that's what we're supposed to believe.
So, like, so you think the clones know?
Like, what their move would be.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy if they know them that well. But then again, I guess, like,
well,
if
your
they're
clones,
living
they're
the
tethered,
same exact,
yeah.
if they're living the same exact life, they would know.
So you think they have, like some sort of Waze tracking device?
Yeah, exactly. That's what they have.
Your clone is making a right on Pine Street.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Waze.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Clone
Waze. Yeah, that's the voice.
But
turn right.
So they get stuck. They can't go forward on this road, which I think they could have. They could have
gone around that car that was on fire.
And then the little kid was on top of the car. Like the little
no, he wasn't on
top.
He was in front.
I think he was on top, and he climbs off.
Got it. Okay.
And the mom goes out, and she's like, "I'm gonna deal with this." Which why?
Yeah,
like, what are you gonna do? Just like leave.
She takes the fire poker. Yeah, just turn around.
Yeah, like just you don't need to confront these monsters.
I think at this point they wanted to like kill them though.
I think so too.
I think she got like bloodlust a little bit.
Probably.
Like, she like wanted to.
Yeah.
She like wanted to kill them.
But that's when you really see that they are tethered, which you kind of saw earlier on when like the little boy kept taking his mask off, and then the clone would take his mask off and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the clone was like really badly burnt.
Right. Yeah. Like
so how did he do that? Like, was it something that the kid did?
I don't know. I was trying to think of that too.
Because the kid wasn't burned. The real kid.
That must have just been something where like the kid did something, and in the underground world, like it led him into fire somehow.
Okay. Maybe it was the trick. Because the whole time he's doing the trick thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. I wonder if that is it.
So every time he did that trick... And
maybe it actually worked underground.
It actually worked underground, so he kept lighting his face on fire every time he clipped
that's
that.
Fucked if that's true.
Yeah, dude, that's probably what happened.
Yeah, because the little kid always had matches. Like the little
the clone kid
always
had matches. But the real kid had that lighter that wouldn't light. So he was definitely, every time you see that kid trying to do the lighter,
he was actually
throughout the entire movie, he was probably like lighting that kid's face on fire.
Maybe.
I'd like to think that.
I like to think
that's fan fiction.
All I can think of is that
the
mom clone also said that like he was born like from hell.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's the only other thing that I can think of. But like Cain.
By God, it's Cain.
There must be Clone Cain.
Clone Cain.
No.
Fire and brimstone. Hell.
Oh, he's lighting his face.
And that's his brother. No, just that bulbous human being.
It's
Paul Bearer.
Oh. That's his father.
Could you imagine if they had like a
Cain,
Paul, like a Paul Bearer character? Rest in peace.
Fuck. So yeah, this is where we see like that they really are tethered, and the little kid just says, "I got this," and he just puts his hand. Oh well, there was gasoline.
Right. Yeah.
So the kid was gonna.
Yeah, the kid was gonna light their car on fire. Well, I guess the car that they took from their friends that are dead.
Yeah, he was going to light the line of gasoline, and it was going to blow the car up.
Yeah.
So the little kid just, like, right before the clone does it, he puts his hands up, and the little kid follows, and then he just starts walking backwards, and the clone walks directly into the car fire and dies.
And that's it. He just goes up in flames.
And it was like, holy shit. All right.
So you could actually, like...
I guess.
Control them?
Yeah, like
so it works.
There's a few times when they first meet, like when Lupita Nyong'o is crying,
Yeah.
the clone is like crying as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then there's also a part where Winston Duke like wipes his face or something, or he like moves his glasses, and then the clone does the same thing.
The clone doesn't have glasses though. He takes his glasses.
Right. But yeah, he like does the same
So
thing,
the-
and he's not wearing glasses.
So the big takeaway here is that the government project actually worked.
in one direction.
Man, what do you think Alex Jones thought about this movie?
Well, let me tell you something.
I got the documents right here.
All right, the frogs, they're gay. The clones, yeah, they work. The clones
And they're
work.
controlling you.
Oh, they're controlling you from underground. I don't live in Santa Cruz anymore because I was getting controlled by the government.
Yeah, nice. That's a pretty good Alex Jones.
Thank you. So,
Thank you, Alex Jones, for coming onto our podcast.
all right, I'm out of here. I won't come back. Yes, I will. I'll be back. So the mother, the clone mother, when the kid backs up, he like backs way up,
Yeah.
and the clone mother was like hiding out
Was she camouflaged
Yeah.
into that?
Yeah, dude. I think so.
So how did she do that?
I don't know.
So now she's shape-shifting? Or like she's like a chameleon now?
The mom clone is like a great hider
Yeah, that's her skill.
because like
So
later
like
on
pyro, fast runner, strong,
hiding. I mean, I get. Well, no, she's also really good at like avoiding things too. That when the fight later,
Oh yeah.
because she's a good dancer.
Water dancing.
What?
She learned from Serial Pharrell. First sword of Bravos.
Oh my gosh.
Rest in peace.
So yeah, so the mom was like hidden, and she grabs the kid and just takes off.
Yeah.
And
Runs away. The run is like really creepy. The way that they all walk
I know.
is, or especially her.
Yeah,
Like,
she moves like quick,
yeah, and like
like-
she like does like this really creepy like
and her
foot thing.
Her arms aren't moving.
Yeah.
like, and she moves like at like 90-degree angles.
It's crazy like how she came up with that. Like,
I know. It's
like
so creepy.
yeah, it was really creepy. Anyway, so she takes the kid.
And she leaves, and the real mother, Lupita Nyong'o, knows exactly where to go.
Yeah.
Like,
Merlin's beard.
which, at this point, I really started thinking, like, something's fucking up. Like,
Yeah.
how does she know exactly where to go? Like, she's moving, like,
She knew
every
exactly.
step of, like, getting downstairs.
Well, she opens the door. Well, she
Right.
realized that's where she saw the clone in
Yeah.
the first place.
Yeah.
But then, so she opens the door, and then there's this whole downstairs.
Underground, yeah.
Well, the underground, but it the escalator only goes down.
Yeah.
That's why they couldn't get up,
Right.
or they wouldn't try to get up because they're like basically zombies, I guess. Right.
Which was like, I guess that's why the clone was such like a special person.
Yeah.
Because
how did she
she's-
get up there?
She's like the only person that did, I guess.
That got out. Yeah.
So
Get out. Oh. Hey.
wow.
Yep.
So Lupita Nyong'o like goes all the way down. She ends up finding the clone. The clone explains everything that I did before about how the government created them
Yeah.
so that they could control people. And
Oh, they're also in that creepy classroom.
yeah.
Where all the rabbits are in there. So, what was that all about? The classroom. So was that part of the government thing? They would sit all these clones down and like teach them how to do shit.
It had to have been something like that.
And
Had to have been.
And then there were just cages of rabbits.
So the rabbits was what they ate.
Okay, yeah,
But rabbits are also like clone, like
Right, the rabbits
are very
are clone-
associated with clones.
yeah.
And the daughter wore a sweatshirt earlier in the movie that had a rabbit on it.
That's so weird.
And then also she had the other sweatshirt she had on it was like THO with like an accent mark over it. And apparently that's like Vietnamese or something
For rabbit?
Yeah.
Tho.
Tho. Yeah. That's like Vietnamese.
That's
for
Vietnamese for rabbit.
Which like so it was.
Can we have someone confirm that?
I will reach out to a guy.
Yeah, we need our Vietnamese listeners to weigh in on that.
Shout out Vietnam listeners.
Yeah.
So she goes down there. She gets all that explained to her, and then basically, like everything that's happened to her happened to the clone, but now they're gonna fight for,
Yeah.
who
Equilibrium.
like who gets to basically
Who gets to be Lupita Lugongo?
pretty much.
Yeah.
And she knows her every move. Like,
Yeah.
so every time that she's swinging the fire poker, she's like 5 steps ahead of her, and like she
That was
can't
like
hit her.
that was crazy because
know.
like she was just like walking away and she still like missed.
Right.
So how did that happen?
I think it's just because they're tethered and they know everything. Like they
yeah.
know the other person's move.
Interesting.
So
they go into one of the classrooms.
No, the bunk bed.
Oh.
room. Yeah, like the room, and
bunks.
she uses her superior hiding skills.
Yeah.
And she pops up.
What did she hide like in between the beds?
I know, and somehow she didn't get seen. That's why, like, I think that maybe she could camouflage.
Yeah, dude. She was just
it
like
was fucking
she just like
creepy.
changed into like her background.
Yeah.
That's weird.
But yeah, she
It's very Drax.
goes to right.
Yeah.
She goes to stab her, and like right before she is able to stab her, the real person turns around, stabs her in the fucking gut,
That was confusing.
and then I know.
The real Lupita
Yeah.
stabs the clone
Yes, right.
in the gut. Yeah.
And then she takes her the shackles that she's still wearing and chokes her out and breaks her fucking neck.
Yeah. That was crazy.
So she finds her son. They go back. They find the rest of the family. They get into an ambulance and they drive off.
Into
Everything
the
is
sunset.
done. So it's
They
over.
still
with.
and guess what? They're still going to Mexico
Right.
as a family.
But they're all driving, and the son looks over at his mom, and she's kind of just like giving him a look back, and then all of a sudden it cuts back to 1986.
Yeah.
And we see that what really happened was the clone choked out the real girl,
Yeah.
brought her down to the underground world, took her shirt, and went back up to the real world and basically took her fucking place.
Took her place, yeah.
And that's why she couldn't talk.
That's why she couldn't talk when she came back.
Right.
Because they didn't talk.
Yeah.
But that's why she was the only one that could talk.
Right.
The only clone that could talk. Well, you thought it was a clone.
Yes.
But Shyamalan,
she was the
she
real
was
one.
the real one.
So the
she's
real one is dead.
Yeah.
And the fucking
The
clone
clone is now out there
yeah.
in the world.
Right. With all the other clones still
How did
doing
they-
the Hands Across America.
So, any of her hospital stays, do you think they would have noticed? Hey, this isn't the real.
I don't know.
Is there some sort of identifier on these clones?
I don't know.
I mean, it is
I
the
guess they were-
government. I feel like
were-
they would identify them somehow.
I don't know. I mean, they were like 1-for-1 clones, though. They were like pretty spot on.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, dude, this movie was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was a
crazy as
really
shit.
suspenseful movie.
Yeah. So then, would you recommend that people see it?
Yes, and I think I want to see it again,
Yeah.
just so I would notice probably shit.
Well,
Differently.
that's definitely. That was a big thing with Get Out. Like,
Yeah, true.
Get Out was like when you saw it a second or third time, there was a lot of stuff where
Yeah.
you see it and you're like, whoa, like what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
how did
definitely
I
a
miss
movie
that?
that you want to see twice.
Oh, I want to see Us again.
Okay. Yeah, well, Maureen really wants to see it, so
there you
I'll
go.
probably go again this week.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, we're gonna that's the Us review. We'll come back. We'll do segment 2. We'll be back after this. Jones is still here. All right, we're back. Segment 2. Instead of a normal segment like we usually do, we're going to review the movie that we were supposed to do last week, Triple Frontier.
I got 5 on it. I hated this movie.
Oh my god.
I really didn't I didn't enjoy it.
So this is another Netflix movie, and it is, of course, the sequel to Frontier and Double Frontier.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is a third movie, and You haven't seen Frontier or Double Frontier?
No, shut the fuck up. That's not true.
No, that's not true.
I was like, there were 2 more of these?
No. Well, it also leads to Quadruple Frontier. It's recording, don't worry.
Okay,
Yeah,
Quadruple Frontier.
Yeah.
No, the reason... You know why it's called Triple Frontier?
Yeah, because there's 3 frontiers.
No,
it's a part of the world, isn't it?
It's like they're in like a... kind of like no man's land in South America, in between like 3 international borders.
Right, it's like
so
Colombia.
It was like Colombia, Brazil, and Peru.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
3 different spots. So
the Andes.
This movie had like a sick cast.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of action in this movie. It just kind of like forgot what it was halfway through.
It was like really flat. You know what it reminded me of? The second half of the movie reminded me of. Have you ever seen the movie The Way Back?
Way Back.
It's with Jim Sturgis and Ed Harris and what's that chick's name? The Irish name, Ronan, Cersei Ronan.
Oh, so yeah.
They escape a gulag in Russia, and they try to get to fucking. Where do they try to get to? They try to get to India or some shit. So they have to cross through Mongolia, through like the Gobi Desert. It's this crazy fucking movie. Damn. The whole second half of the movie reminded me of that, like how they had to like survive to like get out to like escape, basically. But what a stupid fucking plan.
Yeah, the plan was so fucked. But so the cast, like I said, it's Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac, Charlie Hunnam, Pedro Pascal, and Garrett Hedlund.
Oberyn Martell.
That's a badass cast.
Yeah, dude. Like, very badass.
There were some crazy names that were attached to this, too.
Wasn't Leo attached to this?
Leo, Tom Hanks, and Will Smith. And Johnny Depp were all at one point connected to this. Different times, I think.
Like, what happened? Like, I feel like this was...
I don't know.
They tried to make this, like, 8 different times.
I think it was, like, 10 years in the making, this movie.
Really?
Yeah. But basically, it couldn't get made, and then I think Netflix decided that they would take it... Dude, I didn't hate this movie.
No, I didn't hate it either. I just thought that they, like... I didn't understand why they were fucking doing it, like...
Well, I think that was supposed to speak to, like, a bigger picture where they are essentially going to go down to Mexico, was it first? I think they were going to Mexico first. And
they were in Colombia the entire time.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it starts in Mexico.
Yeah.
With Oscar Isaac. Yeah, he's in Mexico there.
Okay, let's try to let's do the brief overview. So Oscar Isaac is
he works for the military.
DEA or
yeah, I think so.
Okay, so he's like trying to take down these cartel bosses.
Yeah, cartel, and basically like he gets information on where they're staying,
where the money is.
Well, where the main guy is.
Yeah.
And through like the accountant for them, the girl, the accountant,
and the informant that he's definitely for sure not fucking.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not. But he he comes back to America and he's like, "Fuck, I gotta get my crew that I used to run with, and we could do this."
Yeah.
So he tries to get Ben Affleck in on it. He doesn't really want to do it.
He's retired. He was the worst real estate agent.
Oh, terrible. So bad. But they also try to get Charlie Hunnam, Pedro Pascal, Garrett Hedlund. They all end up saying that they'll do it.
Yeah.
And they go down to Colombia and they're now going to fucking like scout this job out. Mm-hmm. And once they scout the job out, they realize that Oscar Isaac lied to them. And they're not working for the government.
Yeah.
They're basically just doing this themselves.
They're just taking the money.
Right.
It was good.
This part of the movie was cool.
It was good to have
the heist part of the movie.
Yeah, it was good to have Charlie Hunnam back in my life for 2 hours.
I agree. I like Charlie Hunnam in this movie.
Teller. Yeah,
cool. He was good in this movie.
I thought all the actors were really good in the movie.
Yeah.
That wasn't the problem.
Ben Affleck's character I didn't really like that much though because he went from a guy who was like, I just need to make enough money to take care of my kids.
Yeah.
To like, I need every single cent and I'll kill anybody in my way to get it.
Right. I think they were trying to be like, oh, look what greed does to people.
Right. Oh, definitely.
The screenwriting wasn't good. The acting was good. The actors were good.
Yeah, the actors were good, but they're good actors. So, like, it was a good cast.
Yeah,
so,
true.
You know. But yeah, they go in, they do this job on their own.
The money is in the walls.
Yeah, the money was in the walls.
Dude, that's a shit ton of money, too.
I know it was 250 million. Right?
Billion. No, million.
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 Billion.
Billion. 100,000.
Bajillion. Bajillion. Yeah, so he like gets the crew, they get all the money, and
they didn't. I mean, they couldn't
they
even
got
carry
as much
all the
as
money.
they could. Yeah,
yeah, into the vans,
and they're doing it without killing anyone because they're like, we're going to be criminals, but we're going to be criminals on our terms. Like, we're not going to cross a line. And then as soon as they get the money, they're like, yeah, we're crossing a line.
Yeah, then they kill everybody. Yeah,
yeah. Which was, I mean, the action in this was cool at parts.
They did a good job showing that. I mean, these guys were clearly special forces, so they fuck shit up.
Right.
Yeah.
I liked the action of this movie, and I liked the heist aspect of it. The rest of it was very...
Well, the other half...
It was too long, man. This was like a 2-hour
something. So they pull off the heist 45 minutes into the movie.
I know. Maybe.
So then there's like an hour and 20 left.
Right.
Of them, like, trying to get to the ocean. Because now... Also, I don't know, maybe I'm just like ignorant about these things, but would those drug cartels really like find them almost immediately in like the middle of the Andes?
I don't know.
Like in the mountains? I mean, I guess.
No. The like, are you talking about the guy who kills?
Those were the people in the village.
Yeah.
But like they were scouting out every single town on the coast in another country. I guess they're international, but...
Oh, you know what that was? There actually is an explanation to that. They stole other people's money.
Got it, okay.
So it wasn't just that cartel leader's money. It was other, like, cartels' money.
Got it.
So they were also looking
So they were, like, completely fucked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was, like, not a chance that they were going to make it out.
So why did they take the route that they took?
I don't know.
Through the Andes Mountains.
I know.
Pedro Pascal was like, I cannot fly this helicopter over these mountains with all this weight.
And they're like, all right, let's try it anyway.
They're like, but just push it. They're like, it's redlining. Don't care. Like,
I know.
Yeah, what the fuck do they think that was going to happen?
Yeah.
Also, I didn't see them eat a thing the entire time.
They had their packs with them. They probably ate.
So then they have these, like, packets of... They have all this money.
Right.
In duffel bags that they're just shuttling. Like,
so
how fucking long is that going to take?
Oh, days. But so they crash land. They land in a cartel, or not a cartel, like but a village that's making like cocaine.
Yeah, they're making drugs.
Yeah,
they're making drugs for the cartel.
They're making drugs. All of the people start coming and looking at the crash site, and they're looking at the money and everything. And Ben Affleck just fucking lights these people up.
Yeah,
and they're like, God damn, like they fucking killed these people. Now they have to get out alive. And what do they end up doing? They just fucking decide to climb through the mountains now.
Yeah. Well, at that point, there's no other way. There's no other way out.
They climb through the mountains and fucking.
So they're just, but they had the mules, and they're like, oh well, we can't bring the mules anymore because, they were mules, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't bring them anymore because like the mountain's too steep, and it's like, how the fuck are you gonna climb it then with all these bags?
I know. Well, I mean, they were like badass soldiers.
Yeah, I mean, they did make it through the Andes,
right? But so there was another little scene where, there's people firing at them in the mountains. They're like trying to basically lure them out, and fucking boom, Ben Affleck gets shot in the back of the fucking head.
Fucking headshot.
Yeah, and it was the kid who he saw in the village.
Yeah.
Who Ben Affleck killed his dad.
Yeah.
And now it's like...
So now they have to carry Ben Affleck.
Yeah, now they're kind of like, fuck. Like, our friend died. Like, we didn't think any of us would die on this mission. Now we just got to get out of here because we got to bring his dead body back too. Yeah. And...
So they put all the money in like this crevice. And they only put the money that they could carry in their bags.
Right.
Bags. Excuse me.
I'm
getting worked up. I mean, this is so it's like... I'm just seeing, it's just like... They got out of it with nothing.
Well, what
I mean, I guess
ends
they're
up
alive.
happening is, they have like a fight through like the Mexico, the Colombian like little town. They end up getting on a boat and they get out of there, and they have all the money that they could carry with them in their bags. And it ends up, I don't know, it was
$5 million.
That's all it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when you think about it, it's like, oh, that's it?
Yeah,
I mean, it's still a shit ton.
$5 million out of $250 million.
That they had, yeah. And that just drove me crazy. I was like, oh, so they fucked all this shit up and, like, got, like, fucked up this cartel. Then, like...
Lost one of their friends.
Lost one of their friends, and then they have to go into they still have to go into hiding.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they...
and they're all totally cool with it.
I know. Well, I mean,
At
like
the
that, they kind of knew that was the life that they were going to have to lead
yeah.
after. But yeah, they all end up giving the money to Ben Affleck's ex-wife and kids. And that's the movie. Except Charlie Hunnam gives Oscar Isaac the coordinates to the bags that they left in the Andes. That's what that was.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. So that's why it's setting up for Quadruple Frontier.
Quadruple Frontier. So he's going to go back. Oscar Isaac's going to go back.
Maybe. I hope they don't make a sequel to
with
this.
the informant. No, he says he's like, I know a girl in Australia.
Yeah.
So he's going to go fuck the informant finally.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she has a bunch of money because they gave her
They gave her a bunch of money. Yeah, she's the one that made out with the most.
I know. They just fucking dropped her.
Dude, I mean,
ass
it just seemed like it was a TV movie to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seemed like something that I would have watched on TNT in like the late 90s. And you were like, wow, look at all these like pretty good actors that they got.
Would you? So you wouldn't recommend people seeing it?
Yeah, if you like heists, I guess. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Like the heist was such a small part of this.
True,
it was awesome, but it was such a small part.
I mean, it was pretty cool to see how like they got the fuck out of it. But,
yeah,
like it was a really pointless movie for me.
I would say probably don't. It was 2 hours and 5 minutes. Like, this movie should not have been that long.
Should have been an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Should have cut a half hour from it.
And they easily could have too. Yeah. There was a lot of shit that didn't need to be in this movie.
Oh, too much. Especially for it was like a lifetime.
But the thing was, it was free. It was on Netflix. It was free. So I'll always, you know what?
$10.99.
Yeah, a month. If you see this pop up on Netflix and you've got nothing to watch, I would say watch it. Don't go out of your way to see it.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
All right,
sure. Fuck it.
That's Triple Frontier. You got a second little.
Yeah, that's the double episode. Double episode.
Well, I mean, we said that we were going to.
Well, that's because we did our first part of the episode as our clones, and now we did our actual episode.
And Ben Affleck. All right, we're out after this. All right, next week we are coming back with two choices here. We're not totally sure what we're doing. It's either going to be Dumbo or The Beach Bum. We're going to give it a couple days and figure it out. And,
well, we're going to let Danny DeVito decide for us.
Well, Danny DeVito is in Dumbo and Jimmy Buffett is in The Beach Bum. So, yeah, that's rocking a hard place there.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Tell me what to do!
Eric!
I don't know what to do! All right, we'll be back next week.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know. Sound off in the comments below,
yeah.
YouTubers.
Creep on in, on in, on in.